Hi, my name's Martin. I'm from REVCAMUK, otherwise known as Reversing Cameras UK Limited. Today we're going to be looking at the waterproof 7-inch monitor, really heavy duty, very well constructed, designed for environments where it's at risk of lots of water sort of hitting it. So you might be sort of areas where people might be having sort of water gun fights maybe, or externally mounted monitors on a vehicle with no roof. So you might be wondering why I've got a fish tank. So I've got this fish tank out. So I've plugged in one of our Cam 022 bracket cameras with a Sony CCD sensor, one of our most popular cameras. But I've dug this out from years ago when I first did a picture of the waterproof monitor. I've given it a bit of a wash down. It's been over probably a decade since it was last used, so it had got a bit dusty. And stickers are gradually peeling off, but it should be okay for the demonstration. So I've just popped it onto an extension cable. You all use these sort of waterproof 4-pin connectors. So this monitor, it's got 3 inputs in total, so one's connected up at the moment. So we either sell the monitor by itself, or we can sell it with a camera and cable and what have you for a complete reversing camera kit. So you'll notice that you've got a disconnect point about possibly around a foot back from the monitor. So this bit will need to be inside. I mean, it's got a fairly good seal, but we just would rather that be internal, to be honest, unless you're going to put a lot of sort of waterproofing, good quality amalgamating tape around a join. So you've got the 3 amp inline fuse. So it goes to a DC socket. Now, comes with a standard hard wiring. It just goes to a red and a black wire. So the red and black wire is currently connected up to the PSU, the power supply unit. It comes with a remote control, so you can change the functions on that. I'll just show you. You've got a few options for power. The most recent one is the D plug. So people are always shocked at how sturdy these are because they're so used to D plugs being poorly made. Our factory that produces our cables, really good job. She's a stickler for quality. And these have been made up with a little bungee cord. So these are a very popular option, cab 3P DC. We also do fuse taps, so if you're on a lorry or something with a standard fuse board, you've got the standard blade, the mini blade, and the very rare occasion we see a micro blade, but to be honest, standard and mini blade is by far the most common. And if you notice, there's actually a 2 meter red and black wire, and it can be separated away, so you can have the earth terminal in a separate location to where the fuse box is. So you'll notice there's 2 positions. Now this one, the top one, connects to this red wire. It leads obviously to the DC plug that plugs into the DC socket of the monitor. The other one, you put the original fuse that you've taken out from its position, so it's still all covered. And that's a really easy way, and as I say, that just pops into the little socket that's on the monitor wiring harness. So power wise, it's we've got lots of options, but as I say, you'll always get a standard hard wiring, the basic red and black. So what I'll do is I'll load this up quickly. If I press the power button, you'll notice it should come on. And you'll notice that it's got a fish, where the camera is obviously just looking at the fish at the moment. So as I say, it's got 3 channels. Obviously the other channels will go black because there's nothing in them. So we go back to channel 1. So as I say, it's channel 3. it'll come up with a little notification what channel you're on. But the only one that's got anything plugged in is channel 1 at the moment. So you've got the various sort of picture sort of brightnesses. You can flip it around. You can do ACC time, which is where if you had a side light supply as one of the trigger wires, you could have it so it remains on for a couple of seconds after. You got your language. Try not to change it to French or worse, Chinese, and you'll be okay. I've mentioned trigger wires, so it does have 3. So if I turn this off, let's look for one that's on channel 1, which is the brownish colour. Now, this is useful if you wanted it to automatically come on when you select reverse. So I'll just quickly put a power supply to it, and you'll notice that the screen comes up, and when I take the power supply off, it goes back off again. So that's useful if you wanted it to come on automatically from a trigger event. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this monitor and the camera underneath the water. Hopefully you can see there's a full up tank of water in there. So I'm going to get it mounted in there, hopefully not make too much mess inside the photo cube, and I'll show you in a second. Things I do to test and prove our products. So yeah, this is the monitor and the camera. So you can see the camera's facing the little Gary the goldfish there. So it's obviously reflecting off the sides. There's not 2 goldfish there, but that's a reflection against the glass. So you'll see, still giving you a lovely picture. So obviously this isn't designed to be constantly underneath water. That's obviously would go beyond the IP rating. But obviously the odd few minutes here and there won't cause any problems. And to be honest, if you've got into a position where your monitor's submerged, you've probably got bigger problems to worry about. So yeah, really decent quality, and just gives you that protection that you require. So we sometimes sell these for people that put them into really dusty, it's getting tons and tons of dust, and it just needs to be a completely sealed unit. In which case this is brilliant, because obviously it's if it's sealed against water, it's obviously going to be sealed naturally against the dust. So it's all included in that IP rating. So hopefully you're impressed. As I say, we sell it as a monitor, or we can make it as a complete kit bundle for you.